Preparing for the interview. To prepare for the interview, there are a few things you need to do. Step 1. Make sure you have read and are comfortable with the scenario and the assessment form. Feel free to have the scenario with you and any notes that you've created. Then, make sure that you have the right setup. Be seated in an appropriate position in front of your device, which should have a working camera and microphone capacity. Step 3. When you are preparing on the day, have your scenario and notes in front of you, but preferably out of view of the camera. Make sure there is good lighting in the room on your face. Step 4. Once you are settled and ready, log in. On your home page, there will be a list of your upcoming appointments. Click on the link next to the correct appointment time. Step 5. Your image will appear. If at any time your computer requests to share your camera and microphone, please agree. Make adjustments to the computer image and lighting so you can see your face clearly. Adjust the camera so the image includes at least your full head and shoulders. Check the microphone device, make sure it's picking up your voice clearly, and ensure the sound volume allows you to hear the other person without having to lean in. You can always change this during the interview. Step 6. You may be asked to do a short standardization video which will ask you to do something normally, so we can measure your baseline behaviours. Press start and we will record you for a short time. When you are done, just press stop and this video will be stored with your interview. The interview. The interview screen will now come up showing yourself, the student screen, and the key list of attributes we are assessing during the interaction. There are also some quick tips for any technical difficulties. There are 2 tools for you in the bottom half of the screen to use during the interview. You would use them in real time or during the interview itself as follows. The first is the thumb tool. Click on the thumbs up for a positive moment where the student expressed behaviour that you thought was good or effective. Click on the thumbs down for a difficult moment where the student showed a behaviour that made you feel uncomfortable or was ineffective. The thumbs up and down tool is designed to be quick and easy to use and to not interrupt the flow of the interview. The second is a comments tool. This is a free text tool that you can type in at any point during the interview with comments that expand on what you saw that was good or bad. The students will not see these comments at the time. Just make sure that you click post so that the comments are kept after you write each one. These thumbs up and down and comments tools will be time-stamped to the interview, so that when the student reviews the comments, they will be linked to the point in the video when it occurred. Therefore, by clicking on the comment, they will be taken back to the point in the video and the student can watch and review the interaction. We will show you this part later. The comments tool is designed to help you capture your thoughts at the time, but for those without good typing skills, we acknowledge it may interrupt the flow of the interview. If you use either or both, that's great. But don't feel you have to if you don't want to. Hopefully, by the time you are ready, the student will have logged in. You may need to wait for the student to do this. If they do not log in within 15 minutes, then you will be informed that the appointment is cancelled. As soon as the student logs in, the interview begins, as well as the video recording. Start with an informal introduction where you can introduce yourself properly before moving into your character. Then, move into the formal interview. Once you are in the formal interview, you just treat it like a normal appointment, using the scenario to answer the questions being asked where appropriate. You can refer to your notes at any time as needed. Remember that you are encouraged to behave like you would in real life, but don't make it impossible for the student. While the interview is going on, feel free at any time to use the tools, the thumb tool or the comments tool, as this will provide valuable feedback to the student who can go back and review the video. Finishing the interview. The interview should go for approximately the time described in the scenario. It can finish earlier, but should not go significantly beyond the allocated time. There is a timer at the top of both the student and the SP screen, so you can both see how far along you are. Hopefully, at the allotted time, the student will wrap up the interview. If they do not, you can point this out and encourage the interview to end. Click on the Cease Interaction button. You will then be asked a series of questions which may involve learning, assessment, and technical outcomes.